Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Chris here from the Square Table Sports. We got the ever so handsome Bills fan with us. Have you fully recovered from the loss?
No, it's been a tough weekend. I've made some sad TikToks. I've moped around the house. I've gotten extra hugs from my wife.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a struggle. I haven't watched more than 5 minutes of football since the Bills lost. I've just saw a couple highlights here and there of the games. Followed it on the tracker while doing other things. It hurts too much paying attention to what's going on. So just trying to focus on my mental health a little bit.
Yeah, if you're not familiar with Mike, he is actually a big influencer now on TikTok and Bill's Mafia community. And if you stumbled across his page, you'd think his entire family was just torn off the map. But actually, apparently, I guess the Bills are more important because it was like a eulogy. Like, I'm glad that I don't have to do that anymore because, as we all know, I'm a Jets fan. They're out week one. It's gone. I don't have to worry about my team. But yeah, it was sad watching not watching your players cry because I love that, but watching you upset, that made me sad.
What did it for me? I mean, watching the players cry. I said this on TikTok as well, but it actually was oddly comforting for me because a lot of times you sit there, you're like, I'm a grown man. Why am I so upset? It's just football. And then you picture these players like they're making their millions. They're gonna be Josh maybe in Cancun or Hawaii right now with Haley.
And it's sweet.
Um, yeah, in a suite, or floating on a like nice little floaty in the ocean, while I'm moping in the dark room, just staring at the wall for hours, thinking about all the plays and what ifs. But seeing how much it meant to so many of the players and seeing that they would allow themselves to be extremely vulnerable in a way that I'm sure a lot of a-holes on the internet are going to use against them. And they
Hmm.
know that. They know,
Me
if
included.
you're yeah, I mean, if of course, if you're Josh Allen and you cry, it's going to go viral.
Right.
And he was willing to do it anyway and be vulnerable. I personally appreciate that. I'm not a little toxic bigot boy like yourself. I'm just fucking with you. But I love the players. I love knowing the players love the team and they wanted it as bad as I wanted it. So yeah,
And I love that they're losers.
oh man, Steve Go Shoot. He wasn't here. He wasn't here for the Saturday show because he was afraid.
Yeah, shout
And
out
now
Steve Go
that the
Shoot.
bill, I'm just since Go Shoot is in the chat and he's a big Pats fan, I have to say how fortunate you are. I hope you realize that to be a Boston sports fan and
Hmm.
the Patriots
Good
historic
at
easy
everything.
schedule getting here. Then you got the Texans who don't have an offense. CJ Stroud just what a clown show. Like that they didn't bench Stroud after like the second or
But
third interception.
he had a good
Between
second half.
interceptions, uh, he was terrible all game long in my
Yeah.
opinion. But then they go from that to now they're playing the Broncos without a quarterback. And before that they played the Chargers without an
Uh,
offense.
uh, 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 uh,
Um,
uh. Ben DiNucci, XFL leading passer, is potentially starting this game. So let's not shit on Ben
I
DiNucci,
mean,
okay?
all the years the Bills got knocked out of the playoffs, it's been the Chiefs and Pat Mahomes. It's been Joe Burrow and the Bengals. We've had to go through Lamar and the Ravens, and then this year, we gave it away. It took 5 turnovers, and the Bills still should have won that game, if not for the catch that wasn't a catch, or was it a catch? And then to make matters feel even worse, you had a bunch of different plays from the same wild card from the same divisional weekend that looked identical. Um,
Hmm.
Monte Adams one where he caught the ball, gets hit right away, a knee goes down, and while he's down, they did the same rollover motion too. They rolled over and the defenders ripped the ball from him. That one down by contact. Cooks, same thing. The people saying the ball popped up when Cooks hit the ground, it's just not true. and there's no
I'm
video.
torn by it. I'm torn by it because I feel if it wasn't picked off, that ball was coming dislodged, that it probably would have been an incompletion. But there's so many angles. It's a tough one. It was a bang bang play. The way he landed on his stomach, it looked like Cooks was releasing the ball, but I don't know. I mean, the fact that it decided the game is tough.
Well, the thing is, when Cooks goes to ground, you could see if you watch the replay, he has one hand on the top of the ball, one hand on the bottom, and it's into his chest when his knee goes down and when his back goes down and he rolls over. It's still up against his chest. You got to give the Broncos corner credit too. He didn't give up on the play, but he yanked the ball from him as he was rolling on the ground, absorbing the impact. It wasn't like if it was one of those situations where if the ball bounces, when he hits the ground, the ball pops up and then the defender gets it, fine. But I haven't seen that anywhere. If anyone can show me the ball separated from his chest loose, it's just not a case. He as he was rolling, he got the ball ripped the same way Devontae Adams had it ripped. But even still, if you're the Bills, that there was no reason they should have been in that situation to begin with. Josh Allen,
the game should have been over because they held in the end zone. That's a safety, game over. Broncos win by 2, cover. Everyone's happy.
Yeah. I mean, I love Josh Allen. I'd donate my organs for the man if he needed them to live. But the game was on him. He gave you some of the best of Josh Allen, where he made some fantastic plays, but he gave you the worst of Josh Allen as well. Like, what are you doing with 16 seconds left in the half? McDermott, I guess that's maybe for the people who are happy about this fire. You can say, why was he going for it? But there were instances in other playoff losses where it's like, why didn't McDermott go for it? You have Josh Allen.
Damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Exactly. But Josh Allen just carrying the ball away, like so far outside of his body with that little time left in it. It was dumb. But there were so many chances in that game. So to answer your question in a really long-winded way, no, I'm not doing better. I'm still reliving it painfully every second. It's terrible. And I'm reading Steve Go Shoot, rubbing it in the chat.
Yeah, I mean, if the Texans won, that would have been my Super Bowl, like seeing both of you guys knocked out. But obviously, the Patriots are awesome. They have Vrabel, they have May. They're going to be awesome for a long time. Makes me very, very upset. And they caused some breaks, but like Steve Go Shoot said, they do deserve to be here. You can only play who's in front of you. And I've been a big critic on their schedule, but the Jets had the same schedule. The Bills had virtually the same schedule, right? They play the same teams. The Bills, the Dolphins had the same schedule. The Patriots got it done. The other teams didn't. So they are where they are because they win. And their defense is playing lights out now.
Yeah, I mean, to answer Mike's question you have up on the screen, I don't know that anyone left. Definitely no one on the AFC side is better right now. If I was a Patriots fan, I would have been very happy seeing what went down in the Bills-Broncos game, especially when you got news. You don't want to celebrate an injury. I get that. It sucks for Bo Nix and for Broncos fans, but at the same time, we're human, right? So when you find out Bo Nix's ankle is broken and he's not going to play, part of you feels like, oh, that's terrible for Bo Nix, and it is terrible for the sport and for fans. But at the same time, if I'm a Pats fan, part of me is like, oh yeah, like you want to start booking tickets to San Francisco? Getting ready for the Super Bowl. So it's some teams just have all the luck, though, don't they? If it was the Bills, somehow Mahomes would sign to the Broncos.
Yep. Oh yeah. 100%.
They'd make a new rule like, we got to bring in Mahomes versus Allen part 3 for the championship. It was the Bills. For the Pats, they'll roll out the carcass of some practice squad player. But it is what it is. Steve Go Shoot, I give you credit, though. He is saying he thought that was the craziest no-catch interception he's ever seen. I agree, but again, I'm not going to put it on the refs. The Bills had so many opportunities, including a McCall Hardman drop a couple plays earlier that, he catches it. I think he's running for quite a while.
The Knox drop right before the end, right before overtime. That's a touchdown.
That was, yeah. If you watch the all 22 angles of that Knox throw where Knox was open, Josh had a hand like that was right in his face. And I think Josh was forced to kind of put it around / over him. So I'm going to credit the Broncos defense on that one more than calling that one a Josh miss. But it's just another example of how all of the close plays that could have sealed it, that were inches or milliseconds, they went the Broncos' way. Every single one of them that I can think of. There was even, I think it was Cooks again. It might have even been in overtime. Josh Allen hit him on a crossing route right at the sideline. And I thought for sure he got his left knee in bounds, and I was yelling it at the TV. And then they showed the replay in slow motion. He did get the left knee in, but he put his left or his right hand down first to break his fall. And his hand touched like a split second before his knee. So he was out. And that right there even could be Bills Patriots, which part of me is mourning that as well, because that would have been cinema. An AFC championship game in New England, Josh Allen coming in. It would have been absolute cinema. So it sucks, man. It's
and
painful.
that's an interesting question from Mike from Last Leg Parlays live every Thursday 8:30. This week Friday 8:30. He had a question: is this a Joe Brady play? Promote me or I'm leaving. In my opinion, I think it's the head coach is going to want to bring in his own guy regardless.
Well,
what do you think?
No, I think he's saying, are the Bills going to hire from within like they have been and elevate Joe Brady from offensive coordinator to head coach? Anything's possible, honestly, because I didn't see this coming. I was on TikTok yesterday saying anyone who wants Sean McDermott fired is reacting in anger. I thought the plan for that game was solid on a short week with one of the most injured teams in the NFL playing a completely healthy at that time Broncos team that was on 12 days of rest versus 5 days of rest. I thought they came out ready to play. The plan was great. McDermott's not the one that fumbled when we had a chance to drive and go up 14-3 in Broncos territory. That was James Cook. And McDermott's not the one that fumbled right before the half to give it a free 10-point swing. That was Josh. You know, the problem, I think we're creating a problem that we didn't have. Because in earlier years, I felt like Sean McDermott was the problem. He got out coached and got tight in the big moments and wasn't willing to have nuts and make a difficult call. I thought he was doing that this season. The problem is we didn't go out and get Josh Allen a number one wide receiver. And all year, the stat people were all like, it doesn't matter. We don't need a number one. We're top 2-3 offense in the NFL. And the whole time I was thinking, you know what? It does matter, but it's a losing argument when you battle stat people because they say you're thinking with your feelings. But my feelings are that every time we get to the playoffs, there's a couple of plays where Josh Allen makes the throw, and it was Diggs, who is a wide receiver one, but it was Diggs in a year past. Josh Allen threw a 40-yard bomb. It went right through his hands. The Bills lose. It was Kincaid letting that floater that Josh threw, that while under pressure, falling backwards, go right through his arms on 4th down against the Chiefs. And our GM continues to bring in guys off the practice squad.
Yeah, it makes no sense, that argument, because it's like better players make better teams. To say that you don't need a number one receiver is just silly just because Josh can make plays by himself. You give him a number one. When you gave Brady Moss, look what happened there. They set records.
I'm going to ask you an honest question here because this is a real scenario that was reported. The Bills offered the Dolphins their 2027 first-round pick for Jalen Waddle. They countered, allegedly, that this was reported. Who knows if it's actually true? They countered, give us this year's first-round pick. So if instead of Brandon Cooks, do you think Jalen Waddle catches that ball or lets that ball be ripped out on that play that turned into an interception? I don't either. Brandon Cooks, and I'm not going to fault the guy. He's doing the best he can as a 32, 33-year-old dude on his last legs. I think Jalen Waddle runs by him even more, and Josh kind of hits a wide open Waddle for the score, and it probably wouldn't have even taken that.
It wouldn't even have been that play because Waddle would have been open all game too. So it's not even just like, oh, if you just replace that one play, it would have been a whole different game, whole different scenario. Yeah. You play the defense differently, everything.
Having no one that you have to fear allowed people to play a lot of single high looks and load the box against James Cook in the playoffs. And then man up these wide receivers and say, hey, we dare you to beat us. We dare you to throw the ball down the field. Josh Allen didn't complete a big pass down the field. And it wasn't because the throws were all bad. It's because we just didn't have the horses to go down there and make the catches.
Right.
So I think by firing McDermott, we're creating a problem we didn't have. And
especially now, because all the big dogs are gone. If
you
were going for Harbaugh, I get it. But, I mean, now we talk about who's left, who do you want, who fits this team. I mean, I don't think you go with the new guy, right? You got to go with an established guy because you're still in win now mode.
Yeah. I mean, you got to wonder what Harbaugh's thinking right now as well. I mean, maybe he's happy. Maybe he wanted to be a Giants coach. You know, Buffalo isn't for everybody. The cold weather, being up north near the Canadian border, it's not for everybody. I love it. You get Josh Allen and whatnot, but I really wonder if Harbaugh's. Oh yeah, I really wonder if Harbaugh is thinking to himself, I could have had Josh Allen instead. I have Jackson Dart, who's one concussion away from becoming Tua Tagliavoa. So
he's on the phone with his agent. Like, did you put anything in there that says I can go to the Bills?
Yeah, and I mean, I think a big part of, unfortunately, what played into this decision is business, because the new stadium. It's like the whole new stadium, new start type of thing, bring in excitement, new head coach. But if you're getting rid of McDermott, you got to get rid of Brandon Beane.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, that is the fear, Butch. Thank you for bringing back some scar tissue of my PTSD.
Always.
Because when I get down into my darkest feelings of sadness,
it's time what I think
is like, it's never going to be our time. Like, we're never going to do it.
No, it definitely will not be, because the Bills are just a trash organization. I mean, 0 runs.
See, I mean, if that's your definition of what makes an organization trash, then I suppose we are. But the Bills are a classy, trashy organization, because we hire based on character. We're the first team to cross a player off our draft board if they have a red flag on there for character issues. So moving on, though, Sean McDermott,
there's a few bad apples from Buffalo. I mean, a few, right? There's a guy
when the bad apples pop up and start being bad, though, we get rid of them. And OJ did not do that during his Bills career. He was long since retired. Maybe he had CTE. I'm not even joking. Like, this is something I've thought about with OJ. Is did he have CTE? How many? We didn't know about these things.
Homicidal rage.
Yeah, how many of these ex-NFL players have had like either suicidal tendencies, homicidal rage, divorce, bad things going on in their families, domestic violence after or during their playing career, after sustaining catastrophic head injuries? So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know why we're talking about O.J. Simpson, Chris. This is what you do to me.
Yep. I try to bring you down further, because there's another pit that you can go to, and I try to bring you down.
Is that true? What Kaiju Live just posted here? Bean was promoted to new role. All right, hold on. Chris, can you bring up X? Do you have the ability to screen share?
Adam
in here?
Schefter.
I'm going to bring
Adam
up X on my computer.
That's a nobody, though.
Adam Schefter? I never heard of him in my life.
There's a few guys. Actually, there's two guys that I think slide right in and are perfect for this Bills team. One,
you're gonna say Mike Tomlin, aren't you?
Mike Tomlin. Number two, you ready? You ready for number two?
Sure.
Bill Belichick.
Bill Belichick. All right, we have a statement from Bills owner Terry Pagula. If you have a screen share ability, Chris, just type Adam Schefter into X and bring it up. But I'm just going to read it live right now. Buffalo Bills announced that Sean McDermott has been relieved of his duties as head coach. Sean has done an admirable job of leading our football team for the past 9 seasons, said owner Terry Pagula. But I feel we are in need of a new structure within our leadership to give this organization the best opportunity to take our team to the next level. We owe that to our players and to Bills Mafia. Sean helped change the mindset of this organization and was instrumental in the Bills becoming a perennial playoff team. I respect all the work, loyalty, and attention to detail he showed for this team and the community. I wish Sean, Jamie, and his family all the best. Moving forward, Brendan Beane will now serve as the president of football operations, general manager of the Buffalo Bills. Brandon will oversee all facets of our football operation, including the oversight of our coaching staff. I have full faith in and have witnessed Brandon's outstanding leadership style and have confidence in abilities to lead our organization. Bean will be leading the search for a new head coach and will be working directly with Pagula and Pete Gwelly, I don't know, and will now serve as president of business operations during the interview and hiring process. And that makes me sick. Oh my goodness. I disagree. Have you ever, I'm trying to think of like a movie where this has happened, where there's been like the asshole, like there's the good guy, and then there's like that side character in the movie who's like an asshole, and he's always taking credit for like the good guy who won't speak up for himself because he's too nice. Like he's taking that guy's credit for all the work, and then he gets the promotion. I feel like Sean McDermott's that good guy, and Brandon Beane's like somehow getting promoted when it was his problem. And this makes me wonder now, and Bills fans will know this. Anyone not a Bills fan, you're going to have no idea what the hell I'm talking about. But McDermott had a couple press conferences leading up to certain games where he was talking about the free agency period and not having that wide receiver. And it was Jacoby Myers. He kept on going out of his way to talk about how good Jacoby Myers looked for his new team. And Jacoby Myers was a player the Bills really wanted in free agency and were believed to be really in search of at the trade deadline. And it seemed Shaheed as well to a lesser extent, but
because he would have cost so much less.
Yeah. But it seemed like Brandon, like McDermott was taking subtle shots at Bean for not getting that receiver. And now Bean gets elevated. I mean, in a way, I hate it because I don't think it's deserved. But in a way, it's at least some relief. Because when you get rid of a GM, what do you have to do, right? You get rid of all your scouts. Everything, your scouting department,
no one's safe.
You have guys in place, and they've been going to games all season long, preparing. So, and you have Josh Allen, right? So you want some stability, but if Bean got the man a wide receiver, I think we would have a different situation. And for the love of God, Bean, don't listen to Josh Allen anymore. Again, I love Josh Allen, but part of this is his fault too, because do you know who wanted Keon Coleman more than anyone? Josh Allen.
Here's what I'm thinking, all right? Now, this is a nice package for the Bills. The number 2 pick, the number 15 pick, next year's first, which is probably going to be a top 5, next year's Dallas first for Josh Allen. Now, who has those draft picks? The New York Jets. Josh Allen to the Jets, Bills total rebuild. You get the draft picks, Jets get Allen. I think we're cooking now. I think that's a great move. I think Bean needs to do a splash play, and I think that's it.
You had to make it about the Jets.
You sell the future. You get your future quarterback. You already have Keon Coleman. I mean,
yeah, that's not going to happen. And yeah, Steve Go Shoot supporting me. Josh did want Coleman. For some reason, Josh seems to want these bigger targets, but did you notice
Coleman's a
how
likable guy. He
quickly
just stinks.
is he really that likable? I mean, he
Well,
started
not
that
anymore, but
way,
he started
but
likable. Now he's locking
what
himself in
makes
dog
me
cages.
well, I don't care about that. What makes me like a player is effort, nonstop effort. And there's been too much on the all 22 showing a lack of effort, including on key fourth downs where Josh
Mhm.
is running for his life, giving everything, and Coleman is half jogging his routes.
And he was
So
supposed to
it
be a
hasn't
blocker
been,
too, and he's not even good at that.
yeah. I mean, the good thing about Coleman is that he got himself a playoff touchdown. Maybe the Bills can con some team into giving us something for him. But I think Coleman is gone. I think he played his last snaps in a Bills uniform. I don't think he'll be back next year. But
But
did you
this
notice
brings
how
us to
quickly?
before we keep going to Keon Coleman, this brings us to our major point why we're here, right? Who's going to
Mhm.
coach the Bills next year? Who do you want? Why do you want him? Do you want offense? Do you want defense? Does he bring in his own coordinators? Do you kind of want the same thing? You plug in a head coach?
Who do I want?
Bill Belichick.
I don't want no. If Bill Belichick was the coach, can you imagine? I'd be so miserable with him and all the stories with Jordan, whatever her name is, and
Life running the team.
yeah, there'd be videos of Jordan yelling at Bills players. So no, not Bill
That'd be great.
Belichick. I don't even want. What was the former Packers head coach? I've seen that name floating around. Mike
McCarthy.
McCarthy.
He just
Yeah,
interviewed for somewhere for offensive coordinator, I think, though.
I don't know that I'd want Mike McCarthy. I guess I'd be okay with it as a stabilizing force. I would have to see who our defensive coordinator became. I don't think I would want to elevate Joe Brady. Like, this is Josh Allen's prime years. I need someone that's experienced, that I can trust. And for that reason, I don't want Mike McDaniel. Dude's probably snorting something up his nose right now. I shouldn't say this. Why do I say the stuff I do, Chris? I don't know. But I don't want Capri Pants as our head coach. It's just he never really struck me as a head coach right now. As an offensive coordinator, I would love Mike McDaniel as an offensive
for sure.
coordinator.
He'd be a great offensive coordinator.
Mike Tomlin.
What about Patullo? What about Patullo?
No. Like, oddly, like, yeah, AJ said it. If that was AJ typing from Casual Live,
Dayball reunion.
This is not going to be popular among Bills fans. He did crash and burn in New York, but I think, you know what? I'm going to say no to Dayball too. I thought maybe because Josh loves him, but a lot of the stuff I heard, whether it's true or not, like Dayball being kind of an asshole to his assistants, control freak, taking over things, just being very toxic. Some people, when they get that power, like, with great power comes great responsibility, that sort of thing. Like, it sounded like the power kind of corrupted him and got to him a little bit. If we had to have him back as our OC, sure. Pair him up with Josh, put him as our OC, quarterbacks coach, whatever the case may be. I'm fine with it.
What about Clint a guy like Bobby Saleh?
No.
No to Bobby?
No, I don't take Jets leftovers in Buffalo.
You did. You took Rex.
And look how that worked out. Foot fetishes and just terrible. I have more I could say, but I'm learning. I'm starting to learn about this live thing. I'm holding my tongue.
Stefanski is not still out there.
Yeah, no, Stefanski's done.
He's with the Falcons.
Clint Kubiak, I would consider seeing Josh Allen in that offense. Like, I wouldn't hate it. Let's see. Cliff Kingsbury.
What about a guy like Nathaniel Hackett?
Nathaniel Hackett is the worst NFL coach or coordinator at any level I've ever seen. He must have he must be a great computer hacker. He must have people's details. Be like, you're giving me this job, or else this is going out there.
I would love to see. I think you just said right, Cliff Kingsbury.
Cliff Kingsbury.
I think he would be great in Buffalo, and I would hate if they got him.
Let me look because someone's saying Raheem Morris. Just want to take a quick look. Raheem Morris.
I think as a Jets
Falcons.
fan, what I don't want to see is Tomlin. I don't want to see Kingsbury. And I don't want to see Saleh either because I think Saleh's second go-round with an offense would be scary. You give Josh – because he doesn't want anything to do with offense. So if you have a Josh Allen already, who's probably the best player in the NFL, now you have the best defensive coach with the best offensive player.
Yeah. Raheem Morris is interesting to me. I would have an open mind about it. Can he bring over some of those? Tomlin, I wish Tom was in here to talk to me about Tomlin. I just don't know. He's been there for so long in Pittsburgh, so many mediocre seasons. I get they really haven't had a quarterback. I don't know. I don't know if he's a fit for the players that we have on this football team. I don't see it. I don't see it.
But he slides right in and creates a structure, is what I'm saying. You don't have to blow the whole thing up with a guy like Tomlin.
He creates, I guess, some stability, but is stability like we could have kept McDermott for stability.
Right, that was stupid, but that's gone now.
Yeah. I just want to say one more thing about McDermott because
of course,
I feel like a lot of Bills fans are thinking that Josh Allen or McDermott has rode Josh Allen's coattails to coaching success and to being here as long as he has. And I just don't think that's the case. I think that's the case with Brendan Beane, who was just promoted. Because if you look back in history, who ended our 17-year playoff drought? Because it wasn't Josh Allen, but it was Sean McDermott with Tyrod Taylor as the quarterback. So if I'm a team right now that's looking for a head coach and I seen that McDermott fired, I'm just like, awesome. We got us a guy because I think McDermott was also still growing as a head coach. And I think he's right there. Mm-hmm. My only complaint I have with the man at all now is he just sucks at challenging, and he'll take 8 years to throw the challenge flag.
And he loves burning those timeouts.
Yeah. Oh, the patented McDermott defensive timeout.
Yep.
That's what I call it to Brielle. I always say it. Oh, here comes the patented defensive timeout. It's always a key play. It's always a defensive timeout. And right after, the other team always just burns us.
Bro, speaking and it's real always quick, I know it has nothing to do with what we're talking about, but how about DeMeco Ryans burning through his timeouts and then punting with 4 minutes left? How is that not a fireable offense?
It has to be.
That was insane.
It's one of those things where you're wondering if he's just like, man, do we have a better chance of scoring with CJ Stroud on the field or a better chance of scoring with our defense on the field?
Yeah.
Like maybe we can get a fumble 6 because CJ ain't throwing one.
It was so crazy.
I don't know.
With one,
that was fireable for sure. I'm at a loss, Chris. Who do you think the Bills should hire? You're a Jets fan. You know what it's like to look for coaches and want things from other places. Okay, give them again.
But you shouldn't listen. You shouldn't listen to that. I mean, every coach I've wanted for the Jets has been an absolute disaster. I wanted Glenn. I thought Glenn was going to be great. So don't listen to me. But yeah, I think Tomlin is the home run here, in my opinion. He slides right in. He's a winner. He just won the division with a bad Aaron Rodgers.
But my question about Tomlin, is he willing to give up some semblance of control to go to Buffalo, or is it going to be like he's going to bring his Pittsburgh guys to Buffalo? Is he willing to have like a Mike McDaniel, for instance, as his offensive coordinator if he comes to Buffalo? Or is it just going to be the same old boring Steelers bullshit?
And this Bean guy, does he want a guy like that? Because if by all accounts, if you're saying he's this asshole that needs full control,
no. Bean's a nice. Oh no, that was just talking about how I think Bean is somehow getting promoted for someone else's work. Because I think Bean has missed and missed and missed. He's had done a better job on late round selections than he has in his first couple of rounds. There's just been too many misses, especially at wide receiver. So he's a good guy though. Like I have no issues with Big Ball and Bean. He seems cool by all, as far as I can tell from a fan perspective.
Right off the bat, McDermott's the number one coach. So it's like if you're looking at who's the best coach available,
it's like McDermott. It's like can we go and get that McDermott guy?
Yeah, he's the best one. It's like, oh shit, the Bills.
Like part of me is still hoping. I mean, and I feel like I'm not a good benchmark for how most Bills fans are feeling right now. I'd say most Bills fans are probably excited for the change.
It's that it's still raw, that emotion. You're just angry, looking for someone to blame. He's the guy, and he does those stupid press conferences like I'm standing up for Buffalo. Like it was weird. The 9/11 thing. Like he says stupid things, but he's a great coach.
Wander, funny enough, like me and my wife have this conversation all the time. She says I missed my calling in life because if I wish I could pull her into the camera, but she won't come on camera. Because she'll back me up on this. If you're watching, Brielle, come in here. She'd back me up on this every single time we watch football, Bills game or not. I'm just looking at the TV, like I see the formation. I'm like, this is the play call they're going to do. And 90% of the time I'm right. Or coming out of a timeout, I'm like, I would do this play and roll Josh Allen out of blah, blah, blah. And then they come out and they do it.
There's no denying.
So, hey, Bean, IQ. I'll come up there, Bean. I'll
at least be the kicker.
I'll take a job cleaning some toilets. I don't care. I would love to work at one Bills job. Yeah, I wish as like a younger guy, before I knew anything about life, that I wasn't so sheltered and I could have seen the big picture and been like, maybe I should be like in college for like sports media or broadcasting or different thing. Like, how do you become a GM? Like, what classes do you even take? But that type of path, that type of path would have been so cool. Or just like being a young kid and having the guts to be like, I'm just gonna move away from my family and like go like get like a entry level job at One Bills Drive. Like I would love that.
Yeah, like Saleh. What was it? Saleh and who was the other big name coach? They used to like park cars for like Brian Kelly, and like they were Brian Kelly's assistants and. Remember that story? Like he had them over. He thought he was inviting him to the party, and he just had them doing valet.
Well, Mike McDaniel was a ball boy, himself. So there's a lot of stories like that. You just get your foot in the door. You learn if the right person takes enough interest in you, you go from there. So kids out there, dream big. Don't be a sheltered loser like I was. I was very sheltered, man. I stayed home for school. Turned down soccer scholarships at the time. Why am I talking about myself? The Bills. I'd be okay with Mike LaFleur.
It's an autobiography now.
I would be okay, but not now. I don't want Todd Monken.
Mike LaFleur? No.
He's the Rams offensive coordinator.
Yeah, but he's fake. I mean McVay's calling the plays. What's Mike LaFleur doing?
Yeah.
He was the Jets offensive coordinator before that, and now he just carries McVay's clipboard.
Yeah, true. I'm overthinking it at this point. It's because you're right. We need someone established because it's Josh Allen's prime.
Yeah.
So I guess I'd be okay with Tomlin, or I said the opposite earlier, but with the idea of someone established that is a proven winner, Mike McCarthy.
Yeah.
But they got to be willing to bring in the right guys as coordinators with them, because. I said it before the Bills lost.
Hold on 1 second before you move on. Say you brought in like a Tomlin, a McCarthy, right? And the next 2 years it went bad. Is it a complete blow up after that? Do you get rid of Allen? Do you start all over? Like I'm talking about say you go like
Chris,
500
when you say the
year.
words, you get rid of Allen. Like every viewer that's watching us should just leave and be like, these guys are fucking idiots.
I'm praying.
There's no world. Stop trying to manifest him leaving.
They were talking about getting rid of Burrow earlier in the year. I mean, that's just as stupid. It's worth talking about.
Well, that's different stuff. Because the Burrow stuff is more fed by does he want out? Is he unhappy?
Mhm.
He's talking like a depressed child, like, oh, I don't have fun playing anymore.
But that's because they were
Very
losing.
different
That's what
stuff
I'm
in
saying, though. If the
Buffalo.
Bills lose and say he gets unhappy and like it gets to like this environment, do you think about blowing it all up and starting over, or as long as
That
you have
that's
Josh Allen, you never start
that's
over?
that's not in Josh Allen's DNA to give up like that. Like he'll go up there and cry in front of everyone before he goes up there and it's like, I'm not having fun anymore.
Yeah,
Like
I
hard on
agree.
his sleeve. He wants it for Buffalo. He'll play there as long as they'll have them until he
Mhm.
dies.
I agree.
Um, yeah, so stop dreaming about Josh Allen going other places. It's not happening
Like I
ever.
said, I'm a dark hole trying to pull you down further.
Yeah, it's not working. And with talking about dark holes trying to pull Bills fans down on there, I'm going to go off on just a slight tangent here. Bills fans, stop giving a damn about the Patriots. I honestly don't care. If the Patriots win the Super Bowl this year, it doesn't affect me at all. They've already got what, 6, 7 rings? I don't know how many. Like, what's another one going to do? I get it. You don't want to hear all the Kevin Wildes and what's the other guy? First things first. The main guy, Nick Wright. You don't want to hear Nick Wright
Oh,
and then see all the idiots on the internet like, ha ha ha, Drake May won a ring before Josh Allen. I don't care. If May wins a ring before Josh Allen, so be it. I only care about the Bills. F the Patriots, F Boston. If they win, kudos to them. I've tried to hate Drake May. I've been saying he looks like a nerd. He kind of does, but like I don't hate Drake May. He's a good ass player. He seems like a cool dude. If he was a Bills quarterback, I'd root for him. I hate the Patriots. I hate Boston fan. I just don't care though. Like if they win the Super Bowl, it doesn't affect me.
mhm.
The only thing that affects me is Bills wins and Bills losses. So if the Pats go out and win it, congrats to the Patriots. Um, if they don't, I don't care either. Like I get the joy and hate watching a team sometimes. I do occasionally hate watch them where it's just like you laugh if they lose because it's part of sports, right? You get to
Mhm.
talk shit. So like if the Bills win, I get to talk shit, like awesome. But if the Pats win, like do I feel bad? No, like too many Bills fans are so invested right now in the failure of the Patriots. And it's just like, I don't care. Like right now, my only focus is the Bills, head coaching search, and the offseason. I'm already like, I'm gonna start looking at college guys and seeing, all right, what are the options? I think we're the 25th pick in the NFL draft. Um, who's going to be there at 25, that type of deal. So I'm shifting that. Too many Bills fans are crying right now about the Patriots. Has it been a clown show season for the Patriots? Yeah. Has it been like a easy road? Yeah. But you know what? I'm going to support the Pats fans here. And I say the Bills would have found a way to fuck it up with the Patriots' easy schedule. We would have choked somehow. We would have wide righted it, fumbled it, thrown a pick, we would have found a way to lose to the CJ Stroud throws 4 picks. Josh will come back and be like, I'll do one better. So you just gotta give you credit where credit is due. They're getting the Broncos with a backup. It's kind of been a clown show, but at the same, I don't care. So Bills fans, stop giving a fuck about the Patriots and just focus on the Bills because it's all you can do.
Well said. Beautifully said. I will continue to hate watch every single team, but
That's all
that was a
you've
good.
got, though.
That's all I
That's all
got.
you've
That's
got.
all I got. National championship tonight, Indiana, Miami. We got what's Tuesday? Tuesday is Evandro, the legend, playing video games. Wednesday we got AJ and Leslie talking Godzilla. Thursday we got nothing. Friday last leg parlays 8:30. Then Saturday we're gonna have Mike on again. He's gonna be talking more Bills. He's gonna get back to the lab, talk about who he wants for those picks because we only got 2 games, so we're going to have to fill some time. No AJ this weekend. Lovely getaway. Thank you for tuning in with us today here. Mike, you got anything else? Any closing arguments?
If you're here watching right now, hit the like button, subscribe. It helps us a lot. We would love to have more people in the chat more often. Go find us over on TikTok as well, Square Table Sports. I'm there, Square Table Sports Mike, Chris, Square Table Chris. You'll find us. We're up there a lot. Tune into these last leg parlay boys. They know what they're talking about with college football. Bills fans, just mental health is all I'm going to say. Not to sound like a little bee, but it's when you love it, it hurts. And take care of yourselves. You know, Buffalo will be back again next year, even though I'm sure you're all tired of saying it and thinking about it. Just get out of the house today and do something. It's a
If you're
holiday.
off today, enjoy your 3-day weekend. Beautiful, beautiful, cold, snowy day up here in Pennsylvania.
Take care of
inside.
yourself. Get to the gym. Get out of the house. Be active. Don't dwell on this shit. It's too depressing. Life goes on. And thanks for tuning in.
Thanks, guys.